All right. I think we are actually on now because, this we let's just say we had to sign up for a completely different service because the service we were using all of a sudden decided we're going to have technical difficulties today. So anyway, here we are. I don't know if anybody can hear us. Let's see if we can turn this up. Yep. Okay, They can hear us. All right, great. All right, here we are. It's we're just about ready to start the second quarter. We've missed the entire first quarter. It's the Micros game, Griswold versus Colchester. Colchester got here with a big win against who, Tony?
Wyndham Whippets.
The Wyndham Whippets, who were previously undefeated.
Yeah.
So this is a semi-final game. And here we go. It's windy. Very windy.
It's that kind of wind that goes right through you.
I know. It's not that bad, though. Blake Mills, and he's going to go down, and the flag is going to go down as well. So 7-0 Griswold over Colchester here in the semifinals. The winner gets to go to the Super Bowl next week in Killingly. And they'll play either Killingly or Ram.
Now, Ram last week also beat an undefeated team in Stonington.
I know. Which was kind of amazing because you had two undefeated teams, the only two undefeated teams, and they both fell.
Yeah.
So.
Second down and goal now for the Wolverines.
The Wolverines are up 7-0. There's a pitch back to Blake Mills, and he's not going very far. Now you have some, Tony. You have some know-abouts about the Colchester program, do you not?
Yeah, I've got a little insight on this team. I was the coach on this team last year.
You've been around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did. You actually coached the Micros.
I coached the Micros
right?
last year. Yeah.
How long do the kids stay on the Micros before they move up?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, every age level is 2 years.
Up the middle, Matthew Howarth. Still nothing happening. It's going to be a 4th down and goal, so about 3 yards to go.
Blake Mills with the quarterback keeper. He was stopped initially by Keith Charbonnier.
No, Keith Charbonnier is the easiest one to pick out. He's the one about a helmet taller than everybody else on that defense.
It's kind of like on what we'll see on the juniors. And a couple of players wear pink socks, and you just know.
Yeah.
Colchester all over Blake Mills. Or is that Luca Hamzi? I'm sorry. It's hard to see the numbers across the contrast is kind of difficult with the green jerseys and dark green jerseys and the black numbers. But boy, I've complained about that all summer, all season. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Since we have 1st and 10 here for Colchester, there's been some talk about. I just want to get your opinion. Some talk about some of the smaller towns.
Yeah.
Being grouped with the other smaller towns. You know, instead of throwing, say, like a Ram against Killingly.
Yeah.
You know, or even a Griswold, or some of the towns that have very larger programs, and kind of grouping them that way. What do you stand on that, or how do you feel about that?
Well, so I don't agree with the grouping like that. You're playing against these same towns in high school when they get into the ECC, whatever high school they end up going to. It's good to get to know the opponents.
Yes, sir.
You see the same kids sometimes up to 8 years in a row before you even get into high school. You grow a bond with those kids sometimes, and I think it's important that they keep playing each other.
Yeah. I've talked to different coaches, from different towns, and everybody's got a different view on that, really, and it's kind of even both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see the argument for both sides.
Tyler Carraro with the quarterback keeper. He was stopped by number 5, Luca Holmesy.
I can't even hold the paper; it just blows it right away. Trying to pull up. I'm a little out of sorts, guys. If you're listening and watching the game, we've been trying to get on the stream for a good 45 minutes, and the service that I use just kept interrupting the stream 10 seconds into it, saying there's a technical issue. Please stand by. And I'm like, okay, well. So I went ahead and just signed up for another service and said, "The hell with it."
And sometimes that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Is that you?
That's me.
So I just figured, we gotta get this on. We gotta get this going. So that's why we're on here on the magic of YouTube. Oh, one of the Wolverines jumped. Let's see. Looks like that was Cooper Peterson that jumped on the line. He's going to come out, and Frankie Imperato is going to take his place.
The offside penalty gives Colchester 1st and 10.
So it's a free first down there for the Cougars. Would you say that the Colchester Cougar program right now is in a rebuilding phase, or?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. The Micros team is the only one that made the playoffs. The seniors team was really hurt this year. The guy hit with the injury bug. Juniors team is kind of in a rebuild. That group of kids, juniors, have always had smaller numbers on their teams. So it's.
I remember 3 years ago. That was funny. I think 3 years ago. Yeah,
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Our juniors made the Super Bowl against Groton Mystic. Yeah.
And you had some bruisers on that team.
Yeah.
There was this one kid, too. I can't remember his name, but he'd never played football before. Oh, man, that's Xavier Smith. And he's going to try to keep going, but I don't know if it was Blake Mills. No, it looks like it was Andrew Rude that actually caught up to him. So he got about a 50-yard rush there into Cougar territory. The 43 found a hole and split.
Yeah, kind of the first sign of life from Colchester today, from their offense.
Do you think they're riding the wave from last week? I think you'd have to be.
You have
right?
to. You have to. You have a little boost of confidence, but sometimes you get a little overconfident.
Timeout, Colchester.
We have a timeout on the field, and we will be back in just a second. Griswold is up on Colchester, but Colchester is driving 7-0 here in the second. This is the SNEY Micros Division semifinals. Okay, we're back here at Griswold High School. This is the Micros Division semifinal game. Griswold and Colchester. What was Colchester's path to the semifinals?
So they had a very up and down season. Ended the year 5-4. Tough losses to Griswold second week of the season, Killingly. And then they played both of the undefeated teams during the regular season, both Stonington and Wyndham. But, got a rematch against Wyndham in the first round of the playoffs, and they took advantage of it. Won that game 14-0.
Really, everything is kind of different in here right now. We got a new announcer in the other room as Fabes is away for the week. A new gentleman playing the music in between. Production issues. Boy, this is a great day.
Just a absolute different vibe.
Yeah, it's like, how are you going to go ahead and adjust to all of these little mini miracles today? But we're doing.
Smith was the carrier. There was a flag down on the play as well. Penalty against Griswold.
A 15-yard face mask on that play.
You know what? Sometimes you just have to take the yardage any way you can get it, right?
No, definitely.
So 1st and 10 still, or again, for the Cougars.
Little quarterback keeper.
And he might go in, and he is. Touchdown, Colchester.
That's something he's been doing all season.
Number 11 with the score. The
Oof.
quarterback keeper goes all the way to the touchdown for the Cougars.
So did Colchester all of a sudden get a boost over the last couple of weeks? And
You got coaches instilling confidence in the players.
that's a lot,
Yeah.
especially at this
Yeah.
level, right?
Showing them the good plays, letting them know that they've got it in them. They know what they're doing.
Yep. See if there's a flag offsides.
Yeah. Offsides on defense.
So it's going to bring it even closer.
Moving that ball a little closer for the extra point.
Looks like he can almost fall into the end zone for the extra point here.
Little tush push. Cougars looking to punch it in here for the extra point. Carrero, and he does basically just kind of did a little excuse me, and I'm going to go by you, and here we go.
We got ourselves a game here.
Yeah, oh, isn't that awesome? 7-6. Now
7-7 now.
7-7.
7-7.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Did no, they played earlier in the season.
Yeah,
and,
week two.
And Griswold beat them 27-6, right?
Yes.
But then again, the first game of the year second game of the year.
Still kind of warm-ups.
Yeah. You still don't know what you got
or
who you are really as a team. So now here we are at the end of the season. And seems like it's all coming together for both teams right now.
Yeah.
And that's the time you wanted to.
Of course.
Then there were teams that it all falls apart.
Yeah, when they think they're unstoppable, sometimes it's a curse.
Sometimes you just need to be humbled.
Yep.
Okay, that was Holmesy. He brought it back about 8 yards or so. It's going to be 1st and 10 Wolverines. 4:19 to go in the first half. Griswold looking to punch it back into the end zone. They would like to, of course, go into the locker room at halftime up, as the Cougars would as well, I am sure.
Yeah, Griswold definitely wants to score here. Colchester received the opening kickoff, so Griswold will be getting the ball at second half. So if they can go up another score and then get the ball back at half, it's a lot of momentum going their way.
Do you have a favorite division when it comes to it was Mason Waters, and he got almost cut in half. Got about a yard and a half. Do you have a favorite division?
As a coach, I loved coaching the juniors the best.
Really?
Yeah. The kids are a little grown up enough where they're listening a little more. They develop their talents a little more, and then when you get to that senior age, those kids feel like they already know everything. So it's tough to teach them at that age.
Yeah.
They're starting to get into their teenage years. Ooh, big run.
That's Blake Mills. Gets inside the 30.
We got a first down coming up for the Wolverines.
I know you're probably asking why I'm doing this.
A little better view.
Yeah, you can see a little bit better.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Looks like they're bringing it back.
Flag on the play.
Oh,
So they're going to totally negate that drive there, that run here by Blake Mills.
that was a great run, too. That's unfortunate.
Oh, I'm sure he's got a couple more.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a couple more coming his way.
He seems to be a Mr. He can do everything.
The kid can kick.
He can kick. He's thrown a couple passes, some nice long passes.
And he loves to hear his name on the stream.
Well, that's big too.
It's funny because when you see him without a helmet on, and he's just a little kid.
Yeah. Little baby face.
Yes. That's the funny thing is that, and then they're out on the field with their helmets on. They look like this division look like bobbleheads.
Yeah, they look like big soldiers, They got the shoulder pads looking like they added 15, 20 pounds.
So this division right here, to me, they're kind of funny because you have. All right, so I look at these kids on the front line, right, in the micro division.
Yeah.
And all I can think of are the guards in the Emerald City. You know, you know what I mean with the helmets and stuff like that. Stomping down the road. Oy, oy, oy. The horse that changes multiple colors. Boy, that wind is, huh?
Yeah.
I think that it's nothing you can do. I mean, it's coming right in the booth. The only way we're going to do that is to shut the window altogether. Mills coming around the left side. He's got a hole again, but they tried to bring him down, but he kept going.
I think he broke 5 tackles on that play.
I think so. It looks like it was Xavier Smith that finally brought him down. That's a sustained wind right now. People probably can't even hear us over that. So.
Third and about 2 coming up now for Griswold.
There we go.
I don't want the piece of wood to fall on Ken's head.
It's enough for a first down.
First down. 2:59 to go in the first half.
Number 14 of Colchester.
Told you, Mills is going to have a couple of good runs left in him. But anyway, he's the kid. We were talking about him. The kid can kick like a 30-yard field goal.
Yeah,
he's 9.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
So I wonder what it's like to be the best football player in the house. His brother's like, what? It's pitched over to number 33, Crosby Ledoux.
Number 33, Crosby Ledoux with the carry.
Second down. Looks like he lost about a yard, maybe.
They got second and 10.
Maybe half a yard. Ledoux's coming off the field. Yeah, Mills can run. He can throw it.
Yeah.
He can throw the ball
accurately.
Yeah,
as I said, he had a couple
quarterback
earlier.
keeper, kind of almost like in a wildcat. And he still can't bring him down. The ball gets out of bounds. The clock's going to stop. Apparently not.
Xavier Smith with the stop for the Cougars.
Why did the clock not stop? Didn't he get out of bounds?
He didn't go out on his own accord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got a couple of wideouts. Look at this. Blake, look, and he's breaking free and he's scrambling. Oh, he almost got a block. He almost got a good block, but
Tyler Carrero got him from the back.
See, now he seems to be the guy that does everything for Colchester.
He's Colchester's. He can do anything. He's their kicker, quarterback, defensive end.
So 4th and about 6. Quick pass out on the wing to Mason Waters, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Boy, that Cougar defense.
It's kind of a bend but don't break defense right there.
Explain bend but don't break.
So you're allowing small plays, and then when the time's right, you send an extra blitz or you overload one side and you force a turnover on downs or a fumble or an interception.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you're allowing 2-3 yards. Let the offense get a little comfortable before you strike.
So they got 38 and a half seconds, and the flags are down.
False start.
False start.
Yeah.
So Colchester not helping their own cause here. So no, they're the only team right now that is actually in the playoffs, right?
Yep.
For
Colchester.
For Colchester.
Yep.
The wind is trying to make it through. It's Carrero again, and he's trying to, and he just keeps breaking free, breaking tackles. But finally, it was that Luca Holmesy. If he got past Holmesy, he was gone.
Yeah.
First down coming up for Colchester.
1st and 10. So apparently that motion penalty didn't hurt him. What's the ref doing there?
I don't know.
I don't know what that
was. Was there a flag that Colchester declined? Maybe.
I'm not sure. I didn't see a flag on that play. I didn't see a flag at all. All right, so the coaches are talking it over. No doubt Tyler Carrero is going to play some sort of factor in this play. This might be it. This might be the last play of the half. They might get another one off after this. Carrero back to pass. And he keeps going back. He's getting swarmed by a bunch of Wolverines. And he turns the corner, and he's going to get out of bounds with 12 and a half to go. So he got back to maybe the line of scrimmage. But he had 3 Wolverines trailing him.
Yeah. Yeah, they swarmed on him.
I think he lost a couple of yards. Carrera back. And doesn't have much time. And that's intentional grounding, no doubt. But they're going to just call it an incomplete pass.
Pass attempt falls incomplete.
I don't know who he was throwing it to. Because he didn't have a receiver.
Looks like his arm was hit as he was thrown.
So wouldn't that have been a fumble?
Oh, not if his arm's still going forward and the ball goes forward.
See, this is why I like to have people with me that actually know what they're talking about. All right, one more snap here, and he just downed it. And that's going to be end of the first half here at Griswold. So we got a ball game, man.
Yeah, we do.
We got a ball game. 7-7 at the half. We'll be back with the second half of action in just a bit. Wolverines will start by getting the ball. So we'll see you in a few minutes right here on SNSN Sports. All right, here we go. Time to start the second half. Both teams, I'm sure, have talked it out with their coaches. It's a 7-7 ball game. Tony, what is Colchester got to do?
One, they got to contain number 6. He's been running all over him. He's the do everything guy. So you got to stop him every single play. Every single play.
Folks, we're back for the second half. We'll do our best in keeping this microphone off as much as we can. Had a few issues. I'm sorry about that out there, folks. Colchester's going to kick it off. It's Tyler Carraro.
And you're well, Colchester's Mr. Everything. Carraro kicks it off.
Wes Dietrich, number 11, with the recovery, and we have a
first down Wolverines. And second half is underway. The winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl, which will be played at the old Killingly High School this coming Saturday. And they're going to be playing either Ram or Killingly. That's the other semifinal game. There was Andrew Rude. Got brought down in the backfield.
Mason Waters, number 4, with the carry.
Got a player down.
Luca Holmesy came up a little gimpy, but he's walking.
It's always good to see them come off walking on their own.
Oh, absolutely. It's always scary when you see them waving in the paramedic.
We had one of those last week. Luckily, it turned out to be not much. He's here playing today. Jude Billiot last week taken away in an ambulance.
You know what? His mother, I talked to her on the phone. She did tell me that. But he's here kicking butt and taking names again, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Blake Mills, number 6, with the quarterback.
All right, so they gave it right back to Blake Mills. His first carry in the second half. Got a few. So second at about 8.5 maybe. The Wolverines, the Micros division have followed them all season long, and they're having a hard time with this Colchester defense. I don't know. Was that a little like a loft?
It was a little lob pass, yeah.
Over to Howard, and he just kind of fell into a first down.
Yeah.
First and 10 coming up for Griswold.
This guy and the mic's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, first and 10 and some movement. Timeout, Griswold. I know somebody with the Ram organization, but he's not in the country right now. So I couldn't even get any kind of updates. Do you?
Any intel?
No.
Let me try.
No. Nate's in Turks and Caicos.
Lucky him.
You know, like, not to burst his bubble, but we've been on the last couple of cruises we've gone on. We've stopped at Grand Turk. Not a fan.
No,
I was not a fan of Grand Turk. I did too much coral.
All right,
too much coral, and you really couldn't. If you didn't wear water shoes, you were gonna.
You're cutting your feet.
You're gonna bleed, and you're gonna get sharks. However, the Bahamas are my favorite.
Ooh.
It was, yeah. That is just vacation land, Mon. Mills gets about 11. Broke one tackle and finally was brought down by number 4. Who's number 4?
Number 4 is Gabe Titterington.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it seems this is a Mills versus Carrero matchup right here.
For the most part, that's what it seems like, yeah. Throwing a little Matthew Howarth and Andrew Rood and little Luca Homsey. There's Matthew Howarth right there, number 2. Got about 6.
Matthew Howard, number 2 with the carry for
5.5 maybe. Second and a short 5.
Stopped by Noah Center, number 14.
As opposed to a long 3.
Second down coming up.
I think I'm done with the hamburgers today.
Are you?
Yeah. I think so. I think I've had enough. It was Holmesy. So it looks like they're using a few different weapons in their belt right now instead of going straight to Mills all the time.
Yeah.
They've used Howarth and they've used Holmesy so far in this drive. Because after a while, as good as Blake Mills is,
he gets tired.
He gets tired, and he's gonna get figured out too.
Yep.
Except for this play, Blake Mills just gets pushed out of bounds at the 7. So it's 1st and goal for the Wolverines to start off the 3rd quarter. So I mean, like doing this play-by-play thing here tonight.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's different.
Oh, you got figured out on that one.
Yeah, see, I mean, that happens.
Yeah. So their Griswold right now is running what we have a similar style offense. We call it the Beast. Took it from Yale University. They ran it back in the 50s. You overload one side. Get all your blockers onto one side, you follow your blockers, and then you can run a counter off of it, kind of a naked counter off to the other side, probably every 5th, 6th play. So you get all your defenders going to that one side, and if you run that naked counter and a cornerback or a defensive end doesn't stay home, you got yourself a touchdown, even if you're 80 yards away.
The seniors in Griswold, I'll tell you about after this play, is Blake Mills is just going to pop himself right into the end zone for a touchdown. Because that's what Blake Mills does. We got a few, I do want to get a few comments out there. Shadow says, Cyrus J, let's go. And I always love these. Go Crosby, number 33. Love Papa and Nana from Kentucky.
Ooh. Only from Kentucky.
We get people all over the country. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Big fans of SNSN Sports, apparently. Holmesy in motion. And Mills just kind of gets around the corner and puts it in.
Blake Mills tiptoes his way in for that extra point.
14-7 is the score. What was I going to say? I was starting to talk about something. And then
senior division.
Oh, yeah. So the senior division, a lot of times we'll run double wing.
Okay.
And I think the reason for that, obviously, is because Griswold High School, they run the double wing.
Get those 7th and 8th graders ready for the high school program.
Exactly. And they've been running double wing for quite some time.
Yeah.
It's like Blake Mills is on the sideline over there. He's probably have a cramp or something like that with it being so cold and stuff. I'm sure that'll happen.
Yeah.
Coach is over there helping him out. He's limping a little bit, but I think we forget, a lot that they're just little boys.
8 and 9 years old.
I know. And they're like little superstars. I can tell you so many stories about like doing high school games in particular, high school softball.
Okay.
And there was one time where I walked into a restaurant, and a young lady was sitting at the table with a gentleman. And hi, Mike, how are you? The guy looked familiar. The guy looked really familiar, but I couldn't place him either. And I said, I can't place the face. Shay? Shortstop? I went, oh my God. Because I'm so used to seeing these players, in their uniforms.
In the uniform.
Ponytail through the back of the hat.
The eye black sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that one gets away. But it's picked up. And he's going backwards for the most part, but he's just going to get, I thought, pulled out of bounds. But
you got a little bit of that back.
That's a good thing. So I'm like, I said, oh, my Shay? And she went, yeah. And all I said to her is, you look like a girl. She goes, because I'm a girl. So, but I'm so, like I said, I'm so used to, even though, like the football players, they take their helmet off if they're wearing just a T-shirt or something like that, not their number. I don't know who they are.
Yeah. Yeah, when they take the helmet off, they're wearing regular shoes instead of cleats. They're 4 or 5 inches shorter.
Carrero thought he fooled me. Thought it was going to be a quarterback keeper, but he hands it off to
Xavier Smith.
Xavier Smith, yeah. And he's a little mad at himself too. So we got into a conversation Friday night, myself and Mike Broughton, who was broadcasting the Griswold game with us, of old candy that you don't find anymore.
Okay.
Can you think of any that you used to eat as a kid that you can't find anymore around here? Carrero back, and he's gonna have a little bit of room. He's gonna get a first down, and the ball is fumbled, but I think they're going to call him down at just about the 49. Nice run. He was in trouble.
He was. So yeah, candy. I can't really find any more bottle caps.
Oh, see, that's one. See, that's what I mean. You got to talk to different people. You get different ideas. That's one that did not come up. Bottle caps. What was your favorite flavor in the bottle caps?
Grape.
Really?
Yep. Artificial grape. I don't know. It always hit me different.
I liked the cola and the root beer. Timeout Colchester. Speaking of which, now of course, that makes me think of nickel nips.
Yeah.
The little are they body slamming next door over here, or what are they doing? I mean, it's like the wax thing.
The wax bottles, yeah.
And then you chew the wax like it was gum for a minute, and it's like, oh, this is gross. So,
it was flavorless wax.
I know. Squirrel nut zippers.
Yeah.
There's so much of that classic candy. You ever buy like things online, like treats and snacks from out of the country?
Not usually. I have in the past, but not usually.
My daughter, I don't know, about 10 years ago, got me this box from it was like the Middle East.
Okay.
Of all,
just different snacks.
Yeah. It was really good.
There's Jude Billiot.
Number 24.
Yeah. Nice little run.
And he's not hurt. See, these kids are like red rubber balls, man. They just bounce. They just bounce and bounce and bounce, and bounce off things, and not like us. We fall and we end up in the hospital.
Sometimes you sleep on the wrong shoulder and you're out for a week.
So I was Melissa and I are on the rec commission here in town, and we're literally walking down to the rec commission the other day, and I tripped going across the street, and it wasn't graceful because I even asked. I said, did I fall gracefully? And she said, not even a little bit. So I kind of flopped like a fish, and I fell right on my rib.
Ooh.
So of course, you all you want to just get right back up. Probably to fall again, but I mean,
you want to act like it didn't happen.
Exactly. And I'm like, So finally, we went into the rec commission meeting, and it's like getting it harder and harder to breathe and stuff. Well, anyway, long story short, I ended up in the hospital. Well, the emergency room for like 5 hours. And they did all these tests. I mean, I'm all good, but I mean,
good. That's good.
It was just like you fall. Now, if I was 12, I'd be nothing doing.
Yeah, you can break your arm and you get up and be like, okay, I'm ready to go again. Yeah.
I have done that. First down, Cougars. So yeah, that's the difference between falling when you're 58 and falling when you're 28.
Yeah.
All right, 1st and 10 Cougars looking to drive down the field. That was Billiot, and he got wrapped up. He did get a yard or so. All right, let's check the chat room. Here we go. Let's go Griswold from number 26, Vinny. Vincent Gore. How's your grandfather Al? Bad joke. Let's cut the politics right away. Somebody said to me in the flea market today. They said, well, so and so won. Yeah, think we're looking for a reaction. Pasquale Lamparelli.
It's a conversation you never want to have.
Exactly. Yep. And all I said is, look, I said if I agree with you or I don't agree with you, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I said, but if either way, it's going to end up with an argument with somebody else.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't want to argue with anybody about anything. So I said, why don't we just leave that there? And I'll just tell them I don't like New York sports teams. Let's talk about that. That's okay. Third down. Carrero kept it and got
maybe a yard.
Dietrich pulled him down, just grabbed his legs. So 4th down. 4th and 6. I think the way you convert here. Statue of Liberty.
There you go.
Hook and ladder. I love those two plays. I mention them almost every game. So I'm like, come on, let's do it. Pull out a trick play. Flea flicker. Carrero back to pass, but he's being trailed quickly and hard and brought down, and a turnover on downs. It's going to be 1st and 10 Wolverines. 1:04 to go in the third. Now, there is going to be one more game after this one right here. It's going to be the juniors semifinal, which is Griswold and Killingly, is it?
Okay.
So that's the next game. Blake Mills, right off the rip. First carry in this set of downs, gets about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, so I saw the Griswold junior team week 2 here against Colchester, and I saw the replay last week, or your broadcast. They're a very impressive team. Very impressive team.
Yeah, they've got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
They're pretty well stacked, and honestly, so is this micro team.
Yeah.
Actually, and the seniors were pretty good too. First down, he just kept forging forward. Did Luca Holmesy for another Wolverine first down.
Yeah, it looked like he bobbled that snap a little bit, but recovered perfectly.
So the seniors, they had a good year. Got eliminated last week by Groton Mystic, who has a solid team, and is going to face Killingly. No one's going to beat Killingly. I'm going to say it right there. I'm sorry, but if anybody's going to come close to him, it's going to be Groton Mystic because their defense was good. They had a really good. Wolverine had a hard time getting anywhere off of them. So we don't know who's. Do you know what time that the other Micros semifinal is?
I think it's right now.
Is it? Sometimes they stagger them, don't they?
The home team gets to decide.
Okay.
It's at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock up in Killingly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Started the fourth, and here we go. And we got another run here. Blake Mills, and he's going to get into the end zone touchdown. Wolverines, I don't see any laundry on the field. Do you?
No.
Number 6, Blake Mills breaks away and scores for the Wolverines.
Makes it 20-7. And I would not be surprised to see the 2-point kick right here.
Yeah, kick at this level. That says a lot to the coaching staff. You have to have a good snap, a good hold, and a kid who can kick it, 20 yards over the uprights and still have good blocking.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. Watch this kid kick. There's the snap. And well, you just said it. You got to have a good snap, a good holder.
Yep.
So 20-7. So it's still a 2-possession game for Colchester. It's that could have hurt them right there. That could have hurt them. With that if they got the 2-point conversion. So, all right, we are 9:47 away from handing a ticket to the Super Bowl finals, which will be played up in Danielson this coming Saturday night. So. Any given Sunday, which is like I was thinking about last week, about the 2 undefeated teams that got brought down. Well, onside kick, little scramble.
Yeah, there's a reason they play the games, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and you guys, you guys and Ram both won handily.
Yeah.
And that's where I was going with the Wolverines, the senior team. Everybody they played was good, but Griswold was obviously better.
Yeah.
But then they ran into a couple of buzzsaws, And that happened a couple of years ago too to one of their junior team.
Yeah.
Where they were just steamrolling over everybody, and then they lost. And I think it was to Colchester.
It was to Colchester.
Yeah, it was to Colchester. And they needed to be humbled.
Yep.
And they did, and I think that's what happened with the senior team this year. And there's Carrero. And he is gone. It's like the only person that was even close to him, who was it, Andrew Rude?
That was a quick answer by the Cougars. Tyler Carrero with a quarterback keeper.
So if it's not Mills, it's Carrero.
6 points for the Cougars.
So they got that back really fast. Do the Cougars have anybody that can?
No, they don't. They don't even practice kicking.
Okay.
So it was lucky for them that Griswold didn't convert that 2 points.
It's still plenty of time.
Yes.
There is a lot, especially after that play right there.
They took 15 seconds off the clock.
Yeah. Colchester for the extra point. Carrero trying to find a way into the end zone. Get a little bit of stiff arm, but a flag.
Little hands to the face there on
Yep.
Carrero.
So they're going to play it again.
No, I think Griswold declined.
You think so?
You know, they stopped him. So
I thought that was actually on Griswold.
no. It was hands to the face on Carrero.
It's on Griswold.
Oh, wow.
It was Mills who grabbed him out.
Well, it looked like Carrero had his hands on.
I think he was
his
trying
face
to.
mask.
I think he was trying to protect himself. Darn it, Tony! Can I be right for once?
You were right in that one. Yeah. That was a surprise.
Yeah. I can't believe I was right. It's kind of a shock. I'm feeling it now.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's intimidating for me to sit with somebody that knows the game 10 times more than I do.
Well,
especially the inner workings, right? I can name players.
Yeah.
But...
When we were in Waterford, I was the face mask whisperer,
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Carrero tried to push himself in. I think
like
he
he's
got
over,
in.
yeah.
He did. Which is a really good sign there for Colchester.
Tyler Carrero. It's not 20-14, folks, with 9.5 left.
So here's the deal. Griswold, with missing that extra point or extra 2 attempt, they're kind of vulnerable right now if they don't score on this drive.
Yeah.
Because if they don't score, then Colchester gets it back and they run it in. There's going to be a limited amount of time, especially if they get the extra point and go up 21-20. Oh, so I had asked you what was your favorite division, and you said the coach was juniors. Micros, man. I love watching the micros. It always seems to be like the best game. And you never know who's going to win, really.
Of course.
Oh, look, it's Tyler Carrero. He's going to kick.
Nobody back there. That's a
a
really,
good move.
really good kick.
I think is it number 8? No.
Wes Dietrich with the recovery of that kickoff.
Oh, I really can't see numbers at all. Wow, my goodness. So one of the things we were talking about also, and I wanted to get your take on this as well. There doesn't seem to be a lot of, in the high school game, a lot of field goal attempts at all. Now, why is that?
So, especially in this part of the state, you have smaller teams, and you have limited time at practice. So your kicker is usually a position player also. You have a lot of kids who play multiple positions. You don't have just a defense and just an offense and just a special teams. So you're going to spend time at practice on offense and defense and a lot less on special teams. So spending time with a kicker, it's not really in a coach's,
Best
practice
interest.
plan.
They're their best use of their time.
Yeah.
So Blake Mills gets a first down And he was brought down there by Xavier Smith, who was a little shaken up on the play, but he's right back out there.
So even in the youth level, we're limited on how often you're allowed to practice, like have an organized practice and things like that. And a couple of years ago, I was coaching Colchester senior team, and we had a kicker. I was showing up on a Saturday morning to load the concession stand, refill all the food. He's out there with a couple teammates, and they were kicking. He's kicking 35, 40-yard field goals in 8th grade.
Why do I remember that kid? Do I remember that kid?
Elijah Enkel. He now plays at Montville High School. He was a great kicker. But yeah, he did it all on his own.
I can remember back when I was growing up, the kicker for most NFL teams was some little European guy.
Yeah.
Gal Upremian.
Say all of the Grammatica brothers, Martine and Johan Grammatica.
Unless you were George Blanda and did everything yourself. All right, a flag on Colchester. And it's going to be just short, or are they going to give it to him?
Inches short of a first down. Oh, no, they're moving the chains.
Yeah, that had to be. First down.
Penalty gives Griswold a 1st and 10.
So the next game is going to be a completely different stream. When this game is over, we're going to end this stream, and then we will start another one for the juniors game, keeping them separate. Good pickup. Blake Mills. Got about 8.
Second down and about 2 or 3 yards coming up now for
7:40 to go in the game. Oh, Tony, I would think that they have to stop him right now.
Oh, yeah.
They can't let him score. Colchester can't let Griswold score. I mean, that's the captain obvious quote of the day, but still really for the amount of time that's left and how much time Colchester would have to work on offense.
Yeah, they would need another. If they let them score here, they need another quick score when they get the ball back. Colchester already used the timeout this half, so the clock's going to be ticking away.
First down, Wolverines again. Mills, they can't bring him down.
Great second effort.
Kid's unconscious.
Blake Mills with a very determined there for the Wolverines.
Kid is just, he's he's got 2 brothers too.
Yeah.
Which, are who play football. Mason and Colby. Colby got hit Friday night pretty hard. He's taken out of the game.
All right.
He's okay. Well, give it to Crosby Ledoux. Let him go with it and see what happens. So he did. And he got about 7.5, maybe 8. Second and short.
For the Wolverines. Gliding along. It's going to be 3rd and short.
So yeah, he's very similar to Tyler Carrero, because Tyler's got 2 older brothers. One's at Bacon Academy, one played on the senior team this year. I saw his brother his brother from Bacon walking on the sideline over there. He's about 6'8" right now.
Oh my goodness!
Stands out in the crowd.
Ooh! They collided, and
Xavier Smith is down.
Yeah, well, they hit hard.
Yes, they did.
Blake Mills with the carry. Stopped by Xavier Smith, number 5, who's down. Unfortunately, hope he's feeling all right. There's a little timeout on the field. That was one heck of a hit out there.
May have gotten the wind knock out of him. What a great time to have a nice view of the clouds.
You can see right through the trees right now.
What a great time to have a look at the clouds. Ooh. Hopefully, my friend in Colchester, in Ledyard, Kent, is watching. So we got heckled last week.
Okay.
Right? It says, and of course, when there's an injury on the field, you don't want to show it.
Yeah, they're
you
kids.
know, I mean,
they're kids.
Exactly.
It's a private matter. Yeah.
So, and Xavier Smith is walking off. Obviously, he got knocked loopy a little bit. It was a hell of a hit. So, we started showing like the sunset. He's like, "I'm trying to watch a football game, not a sunset." So I would keep making sure we show the sunset for Kent. So, Kent, if you're out there today, thanks, man. Thanks for joining us again, and glad you're here. And I hope you enjoyed that picture of the clouds. Flag down. And it's again, but Colchester's just not helping themselves right now.
Well, it gives Griswold another first down.
That's the second one.
Yep.
On this drive, so they've given them 10 yards free.
They're about the 24-yard line.
Mills trips. It looked like he had a lane too.
Blake Mills with the carry. We have a second and long now coming up for Griswold.
Do you like the youth game better or the high school game better, or is it just different to you?
It's different. I like them both in different aspects.
Yeah.
You know,
it is a different game altogether.
Yeah.
Ball gets loose, but recovered by the Wolverines.
Great recovery.
Good reflexes there.
Yeah. Seemed like his arms were about 20 feet long on that one. He snatched that in.
Matthew Howard with the recovery from that blatant snap.
So it's funny. It's kind of like the seniors. It's like watching Monopoly, and this is like watching Chutes and Ladders. So no time. But he broke a couple of tackles, and Blake Mills is on the run. Little stiff arm there on Billiot. And almost a first down.
Mills miraculously escapes. Gets down the sideline, the far sideline.
Miraculously escapes.
Yeah, they had him in the backfield. He broke a couple tackles again. That's got to be his 100th broken tackle this game.
Jesse says, "What a sunset!" Oh my goodness!
Fourth down coming up now for the Wolverines.
And
yet again,
that's going to be a first down. Don't tell me that wasn't planned.
Smart move by the Griswold coaches.
So now you got 1st and 10 from the 11. Mills, stiffy. Another one. A third. But he finally gets pulled down there by number 5.
Xavier Smith. He's back.
Who is it's funny, these kids, they get hurt and they're off of their obligatory one play and then they're right back in it, you know? I told you, they're like red rubber balls, man. They just bounce. They're incredibly resilient.
I think it would take an amputation to keep Xavier Smith off the field. Kid's got a lot of heart.
So good on Xavier Smith there, coming back and making it happen. Blake Mills somehow trying to squeak through.
Blake Mills again with the quarterback.
It's going to be 3rd down.
Colchester's got to start looking at the clock. They got less
2:40.
than 3 minutes left.
They need a big stop here.
They need a big stop, and they can't let Griswold take another minute and a half off this clock to run 2 plays.
Right. This is all for a trip to go to the Super Bowl Saturday night. And we're going to get a timeout, Griswold. And we're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back in a minute with the conclusion of this game right here on SNSN Sports. All right, we're back. So you were saying that timeout didn't really make a lot of sense to you.
Yeah. Griswold should have let that. If you're going to take a timeout, let it run down as much as you can. The lead ref, what they call the white hat in the back, would hold up his hand to let you know when there's 5 seconds left in the play clock. They should have let that clock run down as much as they could. So
they just now Colchester doing what they need to do is they just stop Luca Holmesy, and now it's 4th down and 14.
We got a 4th and long coming up now for Griswold.
And Colchester takes the timeout. 1:52 to go. This is probably, I would think, the biggest play of the game right now for the Cougars.
Yeah, for both teams.
Yeah.
If Griswold can get a first, if they get down to the 1 yard line, it's a first down.
Yeah.
If they can get a first down or a score here, that's pretty much the end of the game.
Right. Agreed. It's funny how you can play 3 7/8 quarters.
And it comes down to one play.
It comes down to one play.
Well, it comes down to one play for Colchester. All right.
Yeah.
Griswold, if they get that one play, then yeah, it's game over. But they still have their defensive plays they can make on the other side if they turn the ball over here.
But then you have Tyler Carrero.
You have Tyler Carrero, who can score in 10 seconds.
He's the X factor.
Yep.
All right, 4th and long. And timeout, Griswold.
Timeout has been called by Griswold.
The only reason why I could think that they called a timeout here is because there's a little confusion on the play that they want to run.
Possibly.
So you're running the micros. What are you calling 4th and 14 on the most important play of the game?
I definitely keep it in Mills's hands. I would run to the wide side of the field to their right. Let him do some magic. Yep. He's been doing it all game. Why not?
Mills gets the snap, and he's going to break a tackle, but he was being trailed heavily by number 10 and number 86.
Blake Mills' pass was intended for Luca Holmesy.
So that would be Brennan King and Nathan Driley.
Yeah.
Colchester will take over on down.
Like good. You're good with that.
Yeah. Hey, these were my kids last year.
Yeah. All right, so a minute 44, and the Cougars have to go 85 yards.
So if I'm Griswold, I've got 6 kids watching Tyler Carrero. Wherever he goes, you go. 6 of them.
And Carrero, he's trying to find it. on the way on the outside, I'm getting just like, what? He's being trailed by, look like Andrew Rouge.
Stays in bounds.
So the
Keeps that clock
continue
running.
to run, yeah. If they don't know the hurry up offense, they better do it.
They
You better find out quick.
They got to get those plays in quicker.
Second and about 6 coming up.
And I think you're right. 6 people on Carrero
Yeah.
as he's got the ball and he's trying to get around the side, trying to find a little daylight, but he got out of bounds. And they're going to move the chains for a first down.
Wolverines. We have a first down, however, coming up for the Cougars.
Right now on both sides, every player's heart's beating out of their chest. Every coach's heart's beating out of their chest. Every fan.
Every commentator.
Every commentator.
Every Cole Fantastic in the other room. Carrero again, and he's going to go right up the middle, but the Wolverines were standing there expecting him. Only a couple of yards.
Carrero with the quarterback. Keeper stopped by Cyrus. Afterback, number 61.
Carrero, and there, you called it. You called it, Tony.
Yep.
There's 6 people right there, right on Carrero.
You have to.
So third down, and did they call a timeout?
They called it. I think that was their final timeout.
Yeah. So, okay, so now you've got a 3rd and 13. I don't think that matters, right? I think they've got to get the ball. If they can't go all the way, they got to get outside, get out of bounds.
You got to get out of bounds. So I would. They're on right in the middle of the field. So what I would do is a pass to the right side. Have him roll out to the right. He's a right-handed quarterback. Roll out to the right. Pass on the right sideline. Incomplete pass stops the clock. Completed pass, he can get out of bounds. Stop the clock. And you still got one more play after that, no matter what. But he can't take a sack here. He's got to get rid of the ball.
All right, big play. Big play for Colchester. The line is really tight.
Yep, they're running that beast formation.
Carrero looking for I think he got hit by his own man. He did. He got hit by Xavier Smith.
They got 15 seconds. They got to run a play.
They got to snap it. And it's going to end on a sack. And the Wolverines, their defense, saves the day. Another one by Afterback. 3 sacks in a row.
That's awesome. Great job by him.
And that's the ball game. The Wolverines go to the Super Bowl.
Amazing job by both teams.
My goodness.
Congratulations to Griswold. It was a hard-fought game.
Yep, we don't know who they're going to face quite yet. We have no idea. Next week, it's either going to be Ram or Killingly.
That game should be kicking off right now in the next 5-10 minutes.
So what's your biggest takeaway from this game, Mr. Kroll?
I would say Mr. Mills there is one heck of a player. That's my biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
But it was a team effort by Griswold. They handed the ball off to multiple kids, multiple players on defense made big plays. A well-coached team, well-disciplined team, drawing Colchester offsides multiple times. Great job by this Griswold team. I'm very impressed.
Tony, thank you very much for coming on in. It's always great to have
thanks for having me.
Your insight to the game, especially as many years as you've been as a coach and running leagues and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's going to do it for this game. We'll be back on another stream as the juniors take the field for their semifinal game against Killingly, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching us right here on SNSN Sports.